Whenever we ask manager Magesh, no, he says he's always busy. He's not able to focus on many of the activities. The same question if we ask operator Armum also, he will also say the same thing. No, sir, I'm always busy. I'm not able to finish a lot of activities. The same question if we ask to director Devraj, he will also say the same thing. So everybody today are finding very difficult to manage their time. They are always complaining that no, they are very busy and not able to complete a lot of their daily activities. So in this video, we are going to find out, is there a way to manage our time, right? How can we manage our time better? How can we prioritize? That's what we are going to learn. Come, let's get started. Hi there, this is Anant, your trusted lean manufacturing implementation partner. In this video, we are going to learn about time management. But before going to this time management, there are some impact of not managing the time. Nowadays, we are all having a lot of distractions, right? People are always busy. So everybody says that they are unable to complete a lot of their daily activities. There is a lot of stress and anxiety in people, and because of that, there is always a feeling of that something is missing, right? So we are all very unhappy at the end of the day. So is there a way to remove this stress and anxiety through a proper time management? That's what we can learn today. There is one particular saying about time management that you cannot manage time, but it's more like managing your priorities. You're not managing your priorities. That's what that particular saying says. So let us learn about this time management in detail. There are two types of activities which we do on a daily basis. The first one is called an urgent activity. These urgent activities are characterized by less thinking. You don't need to put a lot of thinking there. Right? It can be delegated, and these activities may not have a long-term impact. They are more like a short-term kind of an activity. Some examples I will say, like paying the EB bill on the last day. Right? There is a electricity bill which you need to pay, and you are going and paying that. And you have to send some courier to somebody. Right? So you are packing it and then going to the courier office, and you are dispatching it. You have to pick somebody from the railway station. Let us say your wife is coming from her native place and she is arriving there. Maybe then you have to go there to the railway station and pick her up and come home. Right? This may take like 2 hours. So it's an urgent activity. This activity can be done with less thinking. It can be delegated, right? If we have the right people, and then it doesn't have a long-term impact. It's more like a short-term impact. So these are all urgent activities. And then we have another set of activities which are important activities, right? These activities require a lot of thinking, right? It cannot be delegated, and these have a long-term impact. For example, your continuous learning for career growth, right? Maybe you are exercising, fitness related, health related activities, right? The half an hour or 1 hour which you are spending for exercise, it is for long term, right? You cannot delegate that. Right? So these are all important activities. So now that we are clear about urgent and important activities, let us make a business school 101 graph, like important, not important, and then urgent, not urgent activities. So now we have 4 quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4, and let us batch, or let us categorize our activities into these 4 quadrants. Let us start with the second quadrant. I will come to the first quadrant at the end of the video, but let us start with the second quadrant. The second quadrant here is important and not urgent activities. So like I mentioned earlier, these important activities, but it is not very urgent. Some activities like your continuous learning for your career, right? If you are so passionate about a particular activity, you'll spend a lot of time, right? So those activities I would say. Then health and fitness related, and then health and fitness related, your exercising, jogging time, walking time, those kind of activities. Then the key relationships in our life, for example, your wives, kids, father, mother, brother, sister, etc., with friends. So the time spent with them, I would say, that are very important, right? You have to spend time there. And then fourth one is money management, right? How much time I am able to learn about money, about savings, my investments, right? Emergency funds, all those things. So money has to be managed. So you have to put some effort there for managing your money. So these times I would call it as important activities. Then there are some more activities like this. So these are all not urgent, right? Today, if you skip 1 day for gym, nothing is going to happen, right? But if you do it for a long time, your health may become a problem. So it is not a very urgent activity, but they are very important activities. That is the second quadrant. Now let us go to the third quadrant. The third quadrant activities are the day-to-day activities, the routine activities which we do in our offices, in our workplace, or in our homes also. For example, the day-to-day, you're going to the market and buying some vegetables, fruits, then you're sending courier to somebody, you're paying EB bills, phone recharges, right? You're picking and dropping up somebody from the airport, railway station. If you're spending time there, I'm just saying, right? The regular follow-ups in the day-to-day activity, mailing people, replying to mails, just following up the day-to-day firefighting activities in the shop floor, right? All those things are third quadrant activity. Urgent activities, it has to be done specifically today itself, in the next 10 minutes. Your boss will immediately call you and ask, okay, I want this in another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That's an urgent activity, right? So these are all the activities which we do on a daily basis. Most of our activities will come in the third quadrant, right? So this is the third one. And then we have the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant is our escape area, right? Not urgent and not important, but we spend a lot of time outside of office, right? Whenever we want to escape, we want to relax, we want to beat our stress, we go to this particular quadrant, the fourth quadrant. That is by consuming social media, right? You will spend time in Instagram or YouTube, right? Or you watch some movies or OTT series, your regular tea breaks, samosa breaks, smoke breaks, right? So whenever you are feeling really tired, you are unable to concentrate, or you are stressed out from the third quadrant activities, you will run to this fourth quadrant activities. That's why I see a lot of people immediately coming out of their office or work, they go and indulge in watching some movies or going out. They spend a lot of time in social media with phone, right? So these two quadrants, third and fourth, is where we are spending a lot of time, right? I have just put 100%. It may not be 100, it may be 90%, it may be 75% for you, it may be 99% for you. It depends, right? But majority of our time we are spending it here. So the day-to-day activities we are doing, and then we are getting a lot of stress, and then we are going to fourth quadrant for releasing or relieving our stress. So the third and fourth quadrant is where we are shuffling, right? We are spending time here only. But who will take care of the second quadrant? Because we are not spending time there, our learnings are getting impacted, our key relationships are getting impacted, our health and fitness is getting impacted. Money management, we are not getting enough skills, we are not learning, right? Enough skills to manage our money. So these activities are the important activities, but we are not spending time there. So you cannot delegate also, right? Like I said earlier, you cannot delegate your health and fitness to somebody. You have to go and spend time. So who will spend the time for these important activities? You have to spend it, right? But we are not unable to spend time there. So this is creating a lot of issues, right? Most of our health issues like diabetes, cardiac problems, BP related, sugar, all those things, high cholesterol, all those things are coming from spending too much time on third and fourth quadrant, right? So how to solve this, right? We need to spend more time here. That is the second quadrant. That's why I would focus here, right? You have to spend more time there. But how will you find time to go there? For third quadrant activities, things which you are doing on a day-to-day basis, is there a way to delegate these activities to your next level people? Think about it, right? You don't have to run around creating the day-to-day follow-ups. Can you create a system? Right? Can you standardize your process? Can you create systems to follow in your daily activities, that so that the next level people are following these activities, right? You don't have to run around chasing data. So most of your day-to-day activities can be delegated. In case it cannot be delegated, can you try to automate it, right? There are many apps, even the internet banking, the credit card apps, all those things can have a regular payment, right? You can have a predetermined date, and the systems are available to make the automatic payment. So recurring payments can be made automatically. So that you can spend time on the second act, so that you can spend time on the second quadrant activity. So reduce your time that by delegating or automating the activities in the third quadrant. So coming to the fourth quadrant, what will you do with the fourth quadrant? You can try to delete these activities, and then many people may get angry with me that why are you asking us to delete? I should not watch movies or what, right? Or you can reduce this, right? I'm not against social media consumption. It can be there, right? But it has to be very less, right? It is not going to give you any big impact in your life. And some people may say, okay, I'm learning a lot from social media. Okay, better, that's good. If you're using social media for learning, fine, well and good. But if you are spending time on consuming content, better to reduce that. So if you are a creator in social media, if you are an influencer, Instagram influencer or a YouTuber, obviously for you, you will not be looking at this activity in the fourth quadrant. It will be in the second quadrant for you, right? It's a money making activity for you. But if you are a consumer of social media, you are in the fourth quadrant. Always better to reduce the consumption or delete it, right? Or maybe use it very little, right? So that is my suggestion. Now let us look at this first quadrant, which is always empty, right? I always say this first quadrant should be empty, meaning the important activities which are currently in second quadrant, if I am not focusing on that, one day it may become urgent. So today it is important but not urgent. But if I don't take care of that activity, if I don't focus on that, someday it may become important and urgent. If an important activity is done on an urgent manner, we are surely going to mess it up, right? For example, health. I'm just giving an example of health. If I am not taking care of my health, no problem. One day if I skip my gym, no problem. But if I don't go to my gym for a long time, if I am eating like a pizza, cheese, all those things, right, high cholesterol activity, maybe in the next 1 year or 2 year or 3 year, it may become a urgent activity, right? If I am not taking care of my money, one day it will there will be a money issue, right? If I am not taking care of the key relationship in my life, someday it may become a problem. So it's always better to keep this first quadrant as empty, right? The important activities, let us do it on a very very nice slow pace without urgency. But for that we need time. That time has to be dedicated from the third quadrant. It has to be taken from the third quadrant, and we have to spend the time for the second quadrant. So the third quadrant activity you have to delegate or automate. Fourth quadrant you have to delete or reduce. That is the easy way of managing your time, becoming more productive. If we spend more time on our second quadrant activities, you will actually start enjoying life, right? You will start learning, right? Your key relationship will be good, health will be very good, money management will be good. So all your big long term goals are all here in the second quadrant. So the moment you start going towards your goals, you will feel accomplished. There is no stress, there is no anxiety. You'll live a very meaningful life. That's my conclusion. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this particular video, please subscribe to our channel and also click the bell icon, so that whenever we post a new video, you'll get a notification. And you can share this particular video with your friends and family members, so that they can also learn about managing time. If you are a working professional, you can also share it with your colleagues. Some of the recent comments we have shared it here. Mr. Satish, Mr. Anand Nagarajan, Mr. Karthik, thank you very much for giving comments to our posts. And if you are interested in learning more, we have 3 courses for you. The first one is a free course about lean. It talks about the basics of lean with value stream mapping and 5S in a detailed way. The second course is a lean master course. It's a 30-day program with a detailed content about lean, and these are all practical courses which somebody can learn and start implementing the shop floor. And then we have manufacturing leadership program, which is a paid course again. It's a 30-day program with 17 different topics for engineers in the shop floor. Again, many companies are using this program to train their GETs. The links for these courses I have given it in the description. You can check them out. So thank you very much for watching. And the question for this particular video is, what did I suggest for the fourth quadrant? Delete or reduce, or focus, or delegate or automate? You can give the answers in the comments. So thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you. Bye bye.